6 years in the Marine Corps. And one of the biggest things that I've realized is that most people are training wrong and it's not even their fault. Accountability really is the whole game, man. In the military, you have physical fitness standards that are a non-negotiable. You need to pass them. That is some fucking accountability right there. Once you get out, dude, that shit disappears. If you fail those tests, there are some like actual consequences to that, right? You have, all these people watching you. You look like a piece of shit in front of your whole platoon if you can't pass a fucking PT test. And, there's, like I said, there's some serious consequences that come with that. And if you continue to fail, if you end up being overweight, you risk getting kicked out. That's how much accountability there is with fitness in the military. And it's just not the same with civilians. They treat the gym as optional because, realistically it is. But you need to make it, like, put it into your mind that it's not going to be optional. I'm going to treat the gym like my job. You show up to work, to your 9 to 5 fucking job because you have to, right? Because you tell yourself, no, I need to go to work. I need to. That's exactly how you need to treat the gym. The thing is that the gym doesn't give a fuck if you show up or not. Your job doesn't care if you show up or not, but the military does. Having that structure will beat motivation every single time. The military doesn't wait for you to feel like showing up. It doesn't wait for you to feel like working out. If you need to be up at 05 or 06 to go PT, then you need to be there. That is your appointed place of duty. You have to be there. If you're not, and you're going to get in fucking trouble. There's going to be some type of paperwork. If there are, continuous actions that you're doing that are causing you to get paperwork eventually, yes, like the worst case scenario is you get fucking kicked out. Whether you are sore or not, whether you slept 8 hours or not, that 5 a.m. PT is still going to fucking be there, man. It doesn't matter. That is like next level accountability. And that's something very, very important that civilians do not have. And veterans know what that accountability feels like. Their biggest mistake is not taking some of that, maybe not all, because some of that is a little extreme, but now you can make it more programmed personally for you because, in the military, they kind of just like throw workouts out there and they're like, hey, everybody needs to do this. And, it may not be optimal for everybody, but a veteran knows what structure and training looks like. And once you get out, what you need to do is take that structure and build it into your new fucking lifestyle. You tell yourself, I have to go to work. You need to tell yourself, I have to go to the gym an hour before work or, maybe afterwards, preferably before. What is super fucking ass backwards is people waiting for motivation to train. Military doesn't give a fuck whether you are motivated or not to show up. Again, pointed place of duty that you have to fucking be there. They're going to tell you the time, place, what uniform to wear. You need to be there and you need to be able to perform. That is a huge advantage of the military. And it's something that we learn, veterans learn, and we just don't fucking sustain it. Well, I do, but like there's a lot of people that don't. What's also really like underrated about military training is that it was all about performance. So when you're taking these physical tests, nobody gives a fuck if you have a 6-pack or if you can bench 3 plates or deadlift fucking 6 plates, whatever your insane numbers are. Dude, nobody gives a fuck. How many pull-ups can you do? Right? Performance. That's what they want. How many pull-ups can you do? How fast can you run 3 miles? Or, the other branches, it's like a mile or 2 miles or something like that. And that's something that a lot of people need to really think about and start operating based off of fucking performance. Like when you're going through boot camp or whatever the fuck, nobody gives a shit if you have a 6-pack. And here's the awesome thing with it, man. When you train for performance, your body is going to reflect that anyway. So you might as well just train for performance, right? I think a lot of civilians fuck this up, and even some veterans, they get out and they go back into that civilian mentality, and what happens is they just kind of chase aesthetics rather than performance, and it kind of leaves them with like not a clear enough goal to hit. I think people need certain numbers to hit. It just makes the target more precise, and then what you can do is make your training more precise. And then you can hit those fucking targets. Getting out is where it gets real as fuck, man. Nobody's making you do it anymore. Nobody's that, military fitness is difficult with the uniform on, but when it comes, like, once you get out, that's a whole nother monster because the military made you fucking do it, right? You thought you were disciplined because you were showing up to these PTs early in the morning every single day. You were showing up to work on time, right? Basically just being told what to do. All that happened was that you were getting told what to do. People claim like, oh, I have all this fucking discipline in the world. Bro, you're just being compliant. That's it. which is a great thing. I'm not saying like that's wrong, but what I'm saying is that you didn't actually develop that internal fucking discipline, that structure, and bring it along with you. That's why you didn't bring it along with you, because you didn't actually develop that, because you didn't have to, because the military forced you to just show up and fucking obey orders and do the thing. You had no choice. When you do it by choice, that's when you actually build that internal discipline. That's what I'm talking about. That's what makes it different. And that's why so many fucking veterans get out of shape, man. It's because they haven't developed that. And, you know, right when they get out, they're like, fuck. And you don't even realize it either. That's why I make videos like this, is to kind of like call people out a little bit, get them to think, and then hopefully inform them and get them to realize these certain things so that they can better themselves. What you need to do is just rebuild that from the inside. You have to realize it, and you have to fucking be honest with yourself and think, okay, I did lose that structure. I did lose that discipline, but I can still have it even though I'm not in the fucking military anymore. And that is just something that found within, that's like your own self-fulfilling thing that you need to be able to do. And if you don't do it, laundry lists of fucking issues are going to start happening. Nobody wants their health to decline. Think about your family. Your health declines, you're not able to support them as often. And, you know, and then, you know, you want to, oh, I want to go to work to support my family, but then your health is fucking declining. So then now this money that you're making to support your family is actually going to go to you, because your fat ass isn't taking care of yourself. Right? And now your health is declining, so now you're getting closer to death sooner, right? Because we're always getting closer to death, but you are making it come sooner by not taking care of your health, which in turn would take care of your lifespan. So to wrap this up, this is what you can steal from military fitness. And by the way, you don't need to serve in the military to do this. So number one, set a performance goal. Okay, say I want to run a 5K in under 20 minutes. I want to be able to do 15 pull-ups in just one set. Or, you know, just setting different PRs. Instead of going for aesthetics, the aesthetics will come with it. Perform first. And then the next one, in my opinion, is like the most underrated. That is finding external accountability. So maybe somebody to go to the gym with you that is going to hold you accountable and call you out when you don't want to fucking go. And maybe you want to hire a coach, a fitness coach, a mentor, something like that. Somebody to get you to light a fire under your ass and call you out. That's really what it is. You need somebody to tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to fucking hear. So when I say external accountability, don't think of like, oh, your mom or your fucking whoever the fuck who's like usually always nice to you, hopefully. Think about somebody who is actually going to call you out on your bullshit and they're going to be real as fuck with you. If you're going to do it on your own, then I recommend having a program with checkpoints. So like every single month, it's like, okay, you need to be able to do this many pull-ups by the end of this month. And you're like, oh shit, I really need to work to hit that, right? That's like an accountability measure that you can do on your own if you're not going to work with anybody. And I recommend only doing that if you like no shit have no choice and you have nobody around you that would actually hold you accountable. In my opinion, that should be a last resort. Don't rely on that. People, that's like an easy way out to where, oh, I don't have to talk to anybody. It's easier, but just don't fucking do it. The easy way out isn't always the fucking best way. And then this is another one that needs to fucking really be solidified into your fucking routine. Making the gym just as part of, as much as your fucking routine as your job. That's how you have to see it. You can't look at it as optional. If you look at it as optional, then it's just straight like, okay, am I motivated in this moment? No, I don't want to fucking go. That's usually what it comes down to, man. And when you rely on motivation, you're not going to be consistent. It has to be disciplined. It has to be structured. You have to want to go, or, you know, feel like you actually need to go just as much as you feel like you need to go to your 9-to-5 job. And then build progressively, man. Progressive overload with your strength training and your conditioning. So increasing your sets, increasing your reps, increasing duration or distance during your cardio sessions. Make sure to track everything so you can look back on what you did the week before. Like, okay, well, I'm either gonna match that, or I'm gonna try to fucking go up in weight or up in distance, duration, whatever it is. And I'm gonna fucking beat that, and I'm gonna continuously get better. If anything in this video resonated with you, just go into my description and click the link that says free training. It's gonna take you right to my system. It's the system that I use to make my transformation and how I'm helping others do the same as well. I also have a link to my Instagram in there. If you need more fitness content, my Instagram is way more active than my YouTube, although I am posting consistently on YouTube. And also, you can leave a comment here on YouTube or send me a message. I'll definitely get back to you, but I do have a faster response time on Instagram. So just feel free to send me a DM. I usually get back, you know, within hopefully 30 minutes to an hour, depends on what I'm doing. All right, guys, if you watched the entire video, I appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.